Well, today I thought for a change we'd take ourselves a trip up the wooden ladder to the studio. We're going to see a seascape, but on the way I'll tell you a little bit about these old Hebridean cottages. This one's at least 150 years old, and the way to get upstairs in most of them, if indeed it has an upstairs, is up a stairway that looks more like a ladder. Now, believe it or not, these cottages are just 2 rooms downstairs and a long gallery upstairs. And in those, in the old days, you might bring up a family of 5 children, 6 children, even more. Don't know how they did it. We'll climb the ladder up to 150 years. You have to remember always to have a hand on a handhold, and there we go. This end of the studio is the dry end. It's where I store work, catalogue it, that kind of thing. But what we're looking for is something of a more maritime nature. So we'll go through to the wet end of the studio, passing by a view of Mull. There she is. Let's open the window and get rid of those reflections. The blue island of Mull on a grey day. But that's still not allowing us to view our quarry. So we'll close that up. Here we go. Okay, homing in. Right, this is a seascape painted in acrylics, and it's showing the shore, the wild shore off the Isle of Jura, and I've called it Jura Shore, Orwell's Demise. Now, you may know the story of George Orwell and how he came to the island of Jura, just a few miles down the coast from here. He rented himself a house overlooking the sea on the shore, and there he wrote 1984. He had a small boat, and he and his son went out in the boat, and they knew about the tides, they knew about the water. Most importantly, they knew about the Corrie Vrecken, one of the world's largest whirlpools in the Gulf, not so far away from their house. For some reason, he and his son went out. They mistimed things and got caught in some very, very heavy water. Not in the whirlpool, but in some very heavy water. It overturned their boat. Orwell managed to scramble ashore. He found his son, and they managed to save themselves. Good job too. Otherwise he would have never carried on with his writing. So, this piece is the Jura Shore. So nearly Orwell's Demise. What have we got going on here? Well, as ever, we've got the sky. Now, what we're looking at here is a semi-abstract piece. There's lots of suggestions of what's going on. As ever, we've got the slaty dark rocks, but gesture lines giving some idea of how bad the weather is. We come down to the shore, more flecks, spots, spurts of water, and in the distance, the breaking waves. As I say, a semi-abstract piece. This one's about 40 centimetres across and about 50 centimetres high. Painted in acrylics. This time it's on canvas, but the canvas is attached to a board. It will need framing. It can be sold as is, or we can arrange a tasteful, minimal frame that won't impact on the painting much. Jura Shore by Andrew Herridge, Wildshore Art. Just look at that. Can you hear the wind? Can you feel the spray? No matter where you are now, you can take yourself to the wild shore of Jura anytime you like.